All right, so earlier this month, YouTube announced that they are considering removing the dislike button, or at least hiding it from the creator. So I guess the dislike button will still be there, but when the creator sees it, what this new feature would do is it would show them the number of likes, but not the number of dislikes, which is kind of the step that Instagram took earlier was it this year or last year? I forget. All I know is that in Canada, about a year ago, Instagram started hiding the number of likes on photos. And, it's easy to understand why if you use these platforms, because people have become sort of obsessed about the number of likes and dislikes to an unhealthy degree, to an unhealthy degree. And, on Instagram, it was people trying to get all their friends to like their photos, or having anxiety attacks when the perfect selfie that they took got less likes than their friend's selfie. So it was just a way to kind of get everyone to calm down. If you really want to know the number of likes, you can still click somewhere else and find it. But by default, people don't see the number of likes. Now, YouTube is taking a step in the opposite direction, removing the number of dislikes. I found out about this from a video that another creator made, a guy named Roberto Blake. And Roberto made a great video on this topic where he outlined why he is in favor of getting rid of the dislike button. Checking the comments and kind of, checking the general vibe, I think a lot of people are actually agreeing with him, and a lot of people want to get rid of the dislike button. I am not so sure about that. Okay, I'm very torn on this issue, and I want to hear what you guys think too. Because on the one hand, in favor of removing the dislike button, Roberto raised an interesting point that I hadn't considered, which is that you can actually weaponize the dislike button. So there are services in shady parts of the internet where you can buy dislikes. You can buy the ability to mass dislike someone else's video. And I don't think that's ever happened to me, but you can imagine if you suddenly woke up and your video, which had, 1,000 likes before, suddenly had 2,000 dislikes out of nowhere, you would be like, all the internet is attacking me, what is going on? And psychologically, that would be difficult to deal with after putting a lot of work into a video. But I think that's a pretty rare occasion. I think YouTube could solve that issue without getting rid of the dislike button. I think they could just focus on those bad actors and banning the people doing that instead of banning the feature. But psychologically, it is an interesting point. And I do agree that when you're a creator and you get dislikes, especially a dislike right after the video has been made, you like to pretend like it doesn't matter, but there's still a little bit of you. If you just make a video and it's at 0 likes and 0 dislikes, and then the first one is a dislike, it's come on, man, come on. You didn't even watch the video. So it's clear that some people just use the dislike button as their own personal punching bag, or they just want to see the world burn. They just want to dislike every creator out there. In fact, I'm convinced that on my main channel, there's at least a couple people subscribed to me with notifications turned on, which means that they're the first ones to see the new video, just so they can dislike. There's at least one person who is disliking as soon as the video comes up. And to that person, I say good, you got a pretty awesome life, man. Because that's dedication to how can I put it? Structure your life around trying to dislike someone else's videos. That's commitment. But yeah, I'm at the point where I can laugh about it because I've made, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos. And thankfully I have a strong community of people who kind of like what I'm doing, and that gives me the validation, I guess, to be I don't care if there's 5 dislikes. I know what I'm doing. It's coming from within me. So whatever's going on out there doesn't matter. But for a lot of other people, new creators, it can be discouraging. It's, when you think about it, most platforms, there's no way to dislike a Facebook post, but you can dislike a YouTube video. And yeah, psychologically, it is a weird thing. Like not a lot of places have the dislike. But then like when you start actually thinking about these arguments against the dislike button, like, well, it's kind of like messing with the psychology of the creator. It can be weaponized, like you can mass dislike someone's video. You start to realize like the opposite arguments hold true too. Like you can mass like someone's video. You could, if you can buy dislikes, you can definitely buy likes. Or you can get all your friends to like a video without actually watching it. And then once the dislike button is gone, it's the same problem as Instagram. It's like, oh, my new video only had 50 likes. I wanted 100 likes. I think getting rid of the dislike button will just put more focus on the like button, and then people will start obsessing over the like button. So I don't think it's really the dislike button that actually is the problem so much as our human psychology and our obsession over silly little numbers in the corner of the video. And then if I fully wanted to argue in favor of the dislike button, I would point to like situations where disliking a video can actually be important. And like, frankly, I don't dislike a lot of videos because like once you create videos and you know the time that goes into it, you don't really, you're very like hesitant to dislike someone's video because it's like, well, even if I don't agree with everything you said, like I'm not just gonna, like I know what it's like to be a creator. I'm not gonna go around disliking every video, but in certain situations I will. And one situation I will is if I'm trying to fix something, or like let's say you have a problem with your computer. Like let's say you're trying to upgrade your MacBook to the newest operating system and there's a tutorial that's trying to show you how to do it, but it's wrong. Like the title tells you it's for the newest operating system, but actually the steps are for like an old version. Not only will I dislike that video, I take pride in that dislike. I think I'm making YouTube a stronger community by disliking that video because people need to know. Like if I click on a tutorial video and I see 500 dislikes and only 10 likes, I instantly know don't watch this video because it's not going to solve the problem that I have. And if creators can get away from their own ego a little bit and actually focus on, focus on improving with every video, then the dislike button, when used properly, is a very valuable tool of feedback. I know it doesn't tell you why they disliked a video, but like, you know, it still gives you something to reflect on. It still gives you a chance to be like, okay, like I've had videos that have been heavily disliked. It's usually when I get into something a bit controversial or political, like earlier, like last year, I made a video at the Black Lives Matter rally in Montreal, and I wasn't even like particularly saying like this is the best thing ever, or I wasn't speaking against it. I was just like, this is an event in Montreal. I want to film this and see what's up. I would say like 15 to 20% of people disliked that video. Maybe they were just like, I don't want to see this on your channel. Or maybe they were just like, I don't know, closet racists who didn't want to see this, period. Or maybe they had their political leanings which were against this movement. Or maybe my sound quality was off and like it sounded bad. Like it could be any one of these situations. I need to kind of reflect on that, and if I see this video with a lot of dislikes and I still feel like in my heart it was a good video and I want to do more like that, then you need to kind of like continue past the dislikes. That's the thing about dislikes. Like they don't actually hide your video. It's not like YouTube buries the video with dislikes. It's like if you are getting dislikes, that's valuable feedback in the sense that your audience, for whatever reason, is not enjoying this content. It doesn't mean it's good or bad. It's just honest feedback. And sometimes honest feedback hurts, but I think ultimately it makes you a stronger creator and a stronger human being if you can take that. And that's why I'm still undecided. I've yet to see a strong enough argument to get rid of the button. So I'm still on team dislike button. Show your support, dislike this video. No, just kidding. I mean, you can if you want to, but see you next time, guys. As always, stay awesome. And I'll see you next time. I already said that. Okay, time to go.